Guys, it's been months since I last uploaded a video. And December came around, I was uploading videos from my main channel, It's Crustacean, which if you guys haven't been over there to check some of them out, go ahead and do so after this video. But if you're brand new, subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below what you guys want to see next. And today, we're checking out Windows Me, aka the nickname Windows Mistake Edition. And it's honestly worse than Windows Vista and Windows 8. Let's get into the video. Currently guys, to get into Windows 98, today we're going to be using a virtual machine. So without any further ado guys, let's go ahead and click into it. Now I do got this installed. I never got onto it to see what was on here. I was waiting from a video, which I never got to. And yeah. But this is January. We're going to try to get more videos out on this channel this month as much as we can. And let's go ahead and click Windows Me and click the start screen. Guys, I'll see you when we get on there today. Now, you don't want to press any of these. Just let it go ahead and do its thing. It's counting us down until we can get into Windows 98. Windows Me, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying Windows 98. It's Windows Millennium. I did not put a password on here that I can tell you, so it's gonna go ahead and click on OK. That did not sound good. Now, I cannot make this big, so for you guys, so for me it's like this, but for you guys, it's like this. But guys, Windows Me, aka Windows Millennium Edition, which was nicknamed Windows Mistake Edition, is to be the worst operating system that there was. People hated it, people disliked it so much that they stuck with Windows 2000 until Windows XP came out. So this was right before XP, so honestly, there's no background to it. It's not colorful, kind of like Windows 98 and everything like that, Windows 95. You can see everything's different. We got the old time Internet Explorer. This is probably the 5th one, I believe. We got the old Windows Media Player. This looks like XP's recycling bin, but just out of color. And normally in XP, you would see this recycling bin down here, but it's not. Now we got a lot of stuff to click into, a lot of stuff to go over with this today, and we got the old setup Microsoft Network Internet. So basically, you guys, if you guys haven't seen my older videos of when I did these, I've talked about dial-up networking connection. I've talked about like stuff like that, how you'd have to have like an old-time phone, like I call it like a house phone. You'd have to run a cable from that into your computer, dial-up network, and it's just super slow. Dial-up network is 56 kmbs. It's super slow. Wouldn't even be able to support Xbox, nor PlayStation, or PC for gaming. So if you tried to do gaming on that, it wouldn't work, and if it somehow did, which it won't, you would be lagged every 2 seconds. It would probably kick you out of games and everything if you was able to get into it. But that's how super slow it was. Now let's take a look at the stop button down here and click into it and see what kind of programs we have in this OS. Similar to Windows XP a little bit, except the stop button's a little bit different and everything like that. Now, oh, we got games on here today. Okay, we got games, classic to similar. Okay, so this is like Windows XP in a way. We get Pinball, we get Minesweeper, so I never did know how you play this. Like, did you guys ever figure out how you play Minesweeper? Like, I was terrible at this game. Oh, yep. Well, anyways, we're not here to talk about the games. We all know how the games work and everything. They're on every auto OS. But today, guys, oh, well, it's not working today. Now, as you can see, we got Startup, Internet Explorer, AliExpress. We're going to click into the old Windows Media Player first, as seeing what's on here. Welcome to Windows Media Player. It's not configured for the internet. Which in the old days, those of you who had no idea how to use it, you'd have to have internet for this to work. But nowadays, nobody ever uses this, but you would use it for like disc and burning CDs and everything like that to it. Everyone knows how this works, so I don't need to go into detail about this. Let's go ahead and take a look at Alec Express. If you guys remember the Windows XP version, it looks a little bit similar, but this one could look a bit different. I never did know how this would work, but we were able to see it from Windows XP. This loads up a different way. And you can see, this reminds me of like the old Ask.com. You know, the old Ask, where you'd have like, you'd see like a butler and everything. It was pretty funny. Everyone remembers that I'm aware of. But this is no longer supported nowadays. Microsoft Network, now it's Microsoft News nowadays on Bing.com. So this is no longer a thing, but if it was, I wonder how it'd be in today's generation. I really don't know. I can't go into detail about Alec Express too much, but I'm pretty sure everyone should know what this is. Those of you who do not, I'll do you a favor and pop it up on the screen right now. I had to go over to Windows 10 for a second because, yeah. But, yeah, if you guys had time to read that, if you didn't, go back and pause. You can also read that at any time in the video. Now we're gonna go click on my computer, as it doesn't have too much in here, but it does look different from other previous versions like XP and Vista 7, you know. We got the update reminder. We're not going to be updating this. We can't even update this to anything. We got my documents. We got the floppy disk, the local C drive, which is the main hard drive of the OS, the startup disk, and the control panel. We're going to go ahead and click into some documents, guys. You can see what's in here. Got my music, pixels, and a save version of Spyro Solitaire for some reason. There's not really much to see here except for the entire network and then home networking, add network place, which again requires dial-up because Windows Millennium did not support wireless networking at the time. XP did at some point in time, it just wasn't for a while. There wasn't much to see in my computer and everything except something. I'm going to do something fast, guys. Click on Internet Explorer, even though we don't have any Wi-Fi to this. So it's the same thing as it did in the AOL.com or whatever. Don't want to connect to the internet right now. I don't even think I can. I just want to see what voice we had, but obviously we don't think we can. We can click on properties though, see what kind of. Nope, okay. Well, I can't see what version this is, but I'm pretty sure this is like the second or third version of Internet Explorer. I never did like the way it looked though, like that. It just didn't look good. And this recycling bin was never down here. It was actually up here and everything, but when I installed it, I actually had it drag down here and everything. But it looks like Windows XP just had a color a little bit with that recycling bin. But yeah, let's go ahead and click into some of the programs, guys, that we have on here to deal with. We'll see what we got. Programs, accessories, accessibility. Now, I just talked about dial-up networking and everything. We all should be familiar with this on the channel. We got Internet Connection Wizard, which would help you connect to the internet. MSN Messenger Service. This was an old thing that a lot of people used back in the day, which nowadays it's unsupported. Nobody uses this, and just out of support completely. Now, we got phone dial-up and net meeting. I'm not positive on what net meeting was. Again, I just used Windows XP. I did use Windows 98 a long time ago for the first time, but I was never familiar with the programs that it had on it, and I was never familiar with Windows Me. And net meeting is something I'm not familiar with. But here's what it is if you guys want to do a quick read about it for a second. Alright guys, we are in the system tools and we got disk cleanup and everything that your normal PC would have, scan disk and everything, so there's nothing really to see in this right here, but just thought I'd show it anyways because you got the address book, which you can add addresses and everything to. Everyone know what this is. I'm not going to go into detail about that. The calculator, we got imaging, which is no longer a thing, I don't think. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it now. Yeah, this is for when you have like a pixel, like your camera, and you can take pixels. You can even actually draw in here too, I believe, couldn't you? I guess you couldn't, but I did something similar to that though, like that. And you find that where we was at. Accessibility is everything that's on your main screen auto operating systems nowadays. Same with communications. Entertainment stays the same. System tools, like I just showed a second ago, is all the same. We got the MS-DOS prompt, similar to the command prompt and newer versions of Windows. Update reminder, we're not going to update because we don't have any Wi-Fi. We got the classic notepad, which we can just... Oh, but wait, subscribe or a spider will be in your bed tonight. You better subscribe, guys. And just like in Windows XP, we have Windows Movie Maker, something that you could edit videos with. I don't think no one used this until Windows XP or something, where you can actually edit videos with YouTube and everything. Oh my, that sounds very terrible. I like the music, that sounded terrible. But you can see this is not like Windows XP at all. It just looks completely different. But what you could do here is you can recode, you can actually do a little bit of editing yourself. I don't think it's gonna let me edit nothing here. But I did have music that you can also unmute, but if I did that, sounds terrible. I'm not gonna go into detail about Windows Movie Maker, but if you guys used this back in the day, be glad that you did, because this was a good thing to use. I used it for a school project at one point in time with Windows XP, and I thought it was actually pretty good, you know? I'll show you what the Windows Movie Maker looks like in Windows XP at the end of the video. There's some programs that we haven't gone over in that, but today we got my documents, which is what you would have downloads and music. At the time you would have like an MP3 you could hook up to your thing. You can even transfer music from your computer to the MP3 player, borrow disc and stuff on here, or you can actually transfer it into the media player like the MP3 player and stuff like that. So there were a couple of games on here that you could download from the internet. I'm not too sure what they were, but anyways, we got online services, connect to the internet, which we did try that in here, but we couldn't get into it. There's not much else to cover in the accessories or accessibility and stuff like that. We all know how Paint does. We all know what Windows Explorer is, WordPad. Everything looks the same as it does on every other computer. The control panel looks completely different. It's completely remade, redone. I wouldn't mind it like this in Windows 11 or Windows 10 if they were to do something like this. I wouldn't mind. I think it'd be pretty good to use it like this. But you can see the display right here as well. If we click into display, nobody cared about what the background looked like in these days, because mainly what they were worried about was at least they had a computer that they could use. So to be honest, browsing the internet in these type of days is, oh, that's actually quite nice. I actually might use this. Let's hit it. Let's do stretch, apply, yes. As I was saying though, guys, using the internet back in these type of days, it was very, very slow. And at the time, if you was to use dial-up nowadays, guys, it would not be no good. Like, you would be sitting here for hours just to get onto Google nowadays, guys. If you all still use this, getting onto Google would take about 1 hour to 2 hours, and just not worth it. Like, I don't know if anyone still uses dial-up connection nowadays. Before my computer died, we did have 1.3% still use dial-up connection. It didn't say in America, it just said 1.3%. So if you're one of the 3% watching, you need to get DNS a lot faster. There's some low prices out there that you guys can get though. I'm pretty sure there's some low prices for internet. Although it's the type of thing going up nowadays though. Internet's not cheap. I think we all can say that. But yeah, no one didn't care what the display looked like. They were just glad that they had a computer that they can get on and do like their business or jobs and everything like that. You could use it for, I guess you could watch TV on here. There's probably something in the old days that you could probably have used to help out with that. Printers, we all know what that does. I don't need to click in. Well, we're already in printers already, but I didn't need to click into that. Dial-up networking, printers, how to remove programs. This is if you install something from the internet and you don't want it on your computer anymore. You can easily just take it off. We all know what these do. So I don't want to go into too much detail about this. There's not really much else to see in this control panel, but the background does look nice though. Don't you guys agree? I actually kind of like that. It's all pixelated like Minecraft and everything, but honestly, I guess if I was using this in the old days, I probably wouldn't mind it. Internet would probably be slow, but I guess in the old days you wouldn't really mind the internet being like this because not too many people used it at the time. But a lot of big businesses did, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Lay's or whatever, if they were around at the time. I don't think Lay's was around at that time. You got Windows Update, which you can update to Windows XP, update to new features that Windows Millennium had to offer. But you guys are probably asking though, why is Windows Millennium nicknamed Windows Mistake Edition? Why was it so bad and why did it fail so much? I can't speak for everyone. Some people did like this, but the reason why Windows Millennium failed is because of too many bug fixes, and for some odd reason, Windows Millennium was never really that good because of all the programs that was trying to fail and everything. People downgraded back to Windows 2000 because they said it was a lot better than Windows Millennium. Honestly, I can't really speak for this operating system itself. I don't think it's too terrible. There's a lot of videos about this operating system of why it was so bad. This can go on for hours. I can talk about this for like days, honestly. But I'm not going to go into detail about it because if I do, yeah. But if you guys want to see me come back to Windows Millennium and tell you what happened, why it failed, or you just want to see some more videos about this, let me know and I'll see what I can do with this operating system right here. We're not done with it yet, but we got the help and everything, which you can also, if anyone needed help using this, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people would still use this if they needed help with it. There was America Online. I did see that somewhere. Online services, yes. We got America Online, which was in Windows 98 as well. It was just bad all around. Like, this is a pretty good service that was online a long time ago. It's no longer usable if you type it in nowadays. We can try to type that in online later on and see if it takes us to the old time American one. Oh, if it doesn't. We got AT&T WorldNet service. I have no idea what Priority Internet was, or this one right here. I have no idea what these two did, but I can't tell you something I didn't know about. Like I said, I was in elementary school and we only had Windows XP at the time, so I didn't know what these two were at the time. So, but I'm pretty sure if you was a kid that actually used one of these in school or Windows XP, you thought you seen a computer and you thought, I just want to play a game and stuff on there, you know? Like White.com, you got Pop Tropico was actually pretty popular in my time, you know? But that's probably gonna do it for this Windows Millennium Edition. Again, I'm not gonna rant on about the Mistake Edition on why this was bad, but I know it has to do with the programs and the features that it did have to offer about this OS. Also, guys, I'm looking for some of the viruses due in VirtualBoxes to see how good they compare. I have tried out a couple of them already to see how they work, and I'll be trying them out very soon in some videos. Let me go into Windows Movie Maker if I can find it somewhere on here. I know we got it on here. Yeah, here we go. As you can see on Windows XP, it looks brand new. It actually doesn't. It looks kind of like the other one, but just upgraded a little bit, and you can actually edit and everything and stuff on here. You can import, you can do everything. Windows XP was just all out better than all the older ones compared. And you guys remember Outlook Express, right? It looks the same as Windows Millennium. By clicking it, I can actually get into it though. And this is what I was hoping it would look like, you know? But as for here though, there was no America Online though. I mean, you could download it or something, you can actually have it on your computer. But there was nothing on here that actually had it and stuff. You can do communications. There's some new stuff in this operating system that I actually helped out a lot. So as you can see, everything that was in Windows Millennium looks the same. Command prompt was renamed MS-DOS. We got a notepad, we got Paint. So as you can see, the games was back on there, everything that was in there. Remote assistance, you got Windows LAN. So 7-zip is what I actually had downloaded. Same with MyPal. If you guys want to watch YouTube and stuff, if you guys still use Windows XP, download MyPal. This can actually let you into YouTube. You can play games. You can actually do a lot with MyPal, better than Internet Explorer over here. Which this one did look a lot better though, in my opinion. But it's just me though. Windows Catalog, Windows Update. Let me go ahead and go into MyPal honestly, and we'll see what America Online. We'll see if we can still get into it. On .go. AMEO. America Online. I don't know if it still looks the same. Oh, it's still up, guys. Somehow this is still up. Okay. Okay. So America Online, otherwise AOL, is still up. For some odd reason, I thought this would be shut down nowadays. I thought this would be unsupported, but I guess not. AT&T networking server not found. And yes, MySpace is back up, but for some odd reason, it looks different from what it did in the old days. This is nothing like it was. Those of you who use MySpace, we all know what it used to look like. It's nothing like this. Let me show you a picture of what it used to look like. This was the old MySpace in the old days. This was it in the old days. This is not old, but we all remember Vine. A lot of people did hate Vine because it was the rise of Logan Paul. A lot of people did not like this, but it was funny for the 6-second videos, which Vine is actually back up nowadays. It's not like this, but I think it's called ByteDance. Yeah, it's called ByteDance, but apparently this is like a new version of Vine. You guys can download it on your Android or iOS device. This is not a sponsor. Error, Windows XP extended support is ending. Psych, that's actually a script I clicked on up here that I made. But you can actually use this. This actually works on any version of Windows you want. Even Windows 11 still does that. Now guys, before we end the video, a lot of you are probably saying, what's so great about Windows XP that you keep talking about? What makes you use this instead of using Windows 10, Windows 8, or Windows 7, or anything like that? Why do you like Windows XP so much? Windows XP it's colorful, beautiful. It has all these old features that I like about it. I actually used to edit videos using Movie Maker for a couple of videos that you guys may recognize. So the editing was a couple bad, sometimes bad on here, but really it just reminds me of childhood. I just love the color of it. I love everything about this. I mean, who wouldn't want to come back and use this? Like, this is pretty much my favorite OS, and it did last 14 years before it ran out of support. With in the old days, Windows 95 and 98, me in 2000 lasted maybe 3 years before a new one came and replaced it. But a lot of people love this, and a lot of people used it for a very long time, honestly. But guys, this is gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoy, please make sure and smash that like button. First video of January, well, kind of the fourth, honestly. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure and like this video. We got another one coming out Friday. I promise it'll be out Friday, guys, because I got some other stuff I want to try out. Not with this, but with some other different things as well. I will come back to Windows and I'll be working on some viruses and stuff off camera. But with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe and let me know in the comments if you guys have used Windows Millennium and what did you like about it and what did you hate about it. I would love to read your comment and I will heart your comment. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Put God first, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.